Hi Robbie, how's it going?
Hi.
I'm just looking at some of the stats. You were better in possession, territory, penalties conceded, line-outs won. So, I mean, what do you put that loss down to?
Yeah, it's a tough one when you look back at the stats, and it shows how dominant we were. I suppose just we need to be a bit more clinical and take the chances when they come. Unfortunately, Lowy's knee was in touch, or his foot hit touch. Possibly a different game if that's a try, you know. So I think just those fine margins that you don't really get second chances at this level, and you know, we've seen that now for the last couple of weeks that you really need to take your chances when they come. But I think that's probably what's standing out. We'll have a good look at it in detail over the next few days, and it'll be hard to look at. We're all very disappointed, particularly because the effort was so positive from everyone. You know, we really went after it, and you know, it just shows that what France have when they do pull together they pull together a good few miracle offloads and they keep the ball in hand. Shows how dangerous they can be if you give them a sniff.
How do you address that? I know, as you admit yourself, it's kind of familiar failings. So, I mean, it's probably that's your third championship defeat in a row. It's the first time Ireland lost two of their opening games in a row. So, what do you do to address that if it is something that it's familiar to you?
I think it needs to be analysed in detail, and we just need to be honest with each other about, you know, what the standard is at international level, and for little things, you know, you just need to be always the best in your position, and you always need to bring the best every time and win those small little battles against your opposition number, and it just shows any sort of knock off or you know, lapse in concentration, you will be punished. So I think we need to be honest with each other, and that's what we'll have to do next week.
Cheers.
Robbie, can you talk to us a bit about Fiku did some very special things, and he was right in front of you the whole time, I'm sure. Can you talk to us a bit about how much impact he had on the game?
Yeah, have to have a look back at it, but from playing opposite him, I think he was good. I didn't think he was dominating me personally. I think he got a good offload for their first try, which was a nice bit of play. Yeah, I think from their standout players, from remembering, I think Dupont was pretty good, and I think their kicking game, I think Dulin was very good, and Jalibert was very good. They managed their game pretty well, and they kicked well. So I think that put them in good positions, and it turned us around a bit. So yeah, that's my take.
Would you be hard on yourselves because you've been in, you've had the ball a score behind in 2 games now? I know it's straight afterwards, but how are you looking at that? Is that really disappointing, or is that, how do you view that?
Sorry, say that again.
You've had the ball in 2 test matches, a score behind in the last play of the game, and it hasn't happened for you. How are you viewing that? Is that disappointing, or is that a good thing? Or where are you at on that?
It's not something we've addressed about being behind in that position, but we're 100% confident that we can go and score from wherever we are in that position, with the clock ticking down. You know, we've done it before, obviously against France a couple of years ago. So I think we back ourselves in those positions. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be today. They got a turnover at the breakdown, which I'll look at, but it was pretty. I'm not sure how they got it, or if the ruck was formed. I think it was on the line, I'd say. But definitely we found, as we were rolling through the phases, you know, we were making good dents in their defence as we held the ball. So there's definitely positives to take, and everyone's down about the result, but we just need to stay close together and I suppose look at where we can build on those positives.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Hi Robbie.
Hiya.
It's 2 defeats from 2, so heading into a 2-week break now. I mean, what elements of the performance in the last 2 weeks would you look to as signs that this team is making progress or moving in the right direction?
Yeah, we look back at the 2 games. I mean, it's definitely good. Some really good parts of our set piece. You know, we definitely showed dominance in our scrum today. Showed dominance in our maul when it got going, and definitely unlucky to not get James Lowe in the corner in the first half. So there's loads of positives to take. Yeah, we just have to analyse it in detail. Obviously, flipping back to last week, it's tough when we go a man down in the first half. So that's obviously hard to take. You're playing with one less, so there's a positive from that, staying in the game for so long. So yeah, well, listen, it's we have 2 weeks now to dust ourselves off and to turn the page and make sure we attack the last block.
Time for one more there, lads.
Thanks.
Robbie, just maybe, it's obviously the first time Ireland have lost 2 games in a row at the start of a championship. Do you consider yourselves out of the running now, and how does that feed into your approach for the remaining games? Can you take a bigger picture view of it? You know, not just trying to win as many games as you can, but trying to progress the team whatever way you have to do it.
Yeah, I think we have to have a look and see where we stand. I haven't seen what the table's like now, but I think for us, we need to go out and attack every game and play like just play rugby and have a go every time. It's a massive challenge for us. So you know, we'll talk about it in detail next week, but there will be a plan there in place that, you know, we'll just have to dust ourselves off and attack what's coming next and make sure we better our performance.
All right, thanks lads. Thanks Robbie.
Thanks. Cheers.